up, Rapid Runners? Welcome back to our weekly recap. As always, Vex Gaming TV on the left and Gavin Speedrun Sins on the right. How is everybody doing this week? I know my week has been awesome. I've been playing a lot of different games. So much games on my list right now. How has your week been, Gavin?
Great. I've been playing
Let me guess. Yeah. I mean, that's been the last 2-3 weeks now.
I started playing that raid boss game. I don't want to mention it because we'll talk about that later.
Oh yeah,
but,
that's a fun one.
Yeah, the movement's so much fun.
Oh yeah, the movement's great in the raid party this time around. I love it. I love it. I actually got to run in, but we'll talk about that during the raid party section. I see that we got Ilario in chat. I don't know who else is chilling here, but welcome anybody who is joining us today. Today for speedrun topics, we actually got a interesting little topic today, and it's not going to be speedrun questions like we normally do. Instead, we're going to go over briefly covering all of our speedrun games. That should be interesting. So for the first time in ever, I'm transferring over to the Chrome tab for our speedrun topic section.
I have to try and remember all mine.
Yeah.
And I definitely am missing some. I know I am, but it is what it is.
I know that you delete your runs if they're not first place. I had the same issue when I started, but then I stopped doing that. More for the sake of like preserving the history of the speedrun. But to each their own. I know other speedrunners who do it. So I guess we'll take turns talking about a game briefly. Since I got mine up here, let's talk a little bit about Corn Kid 64. So Corn Kid 64 was a game that I found as soon as it came out on Steam. It was a 3D platformer reminiscent of the old N64 games, as it shows in the name. And I actually started running it, became a moderator pretty quick with another person who still is moderating. Still technically a moderator on my side, I just don't really, I'm not very active when it comes to moderating. But yeah, this game was really interesting. It was a lot of just throwbacks to the 64 genre, platforming. We found so many skips so quick in a game that I didn't think was gonna have pretty much any skips because it was so well made. And then now the game is just absolutely torn apart. Just goes to show, like even when you think there's just nothing left to be found, speedrunners will find a way to break the game. Because I didn't think we were gonna break it as bad as we did, and it's now a very short run. If we click here on Corn Kid 64, back here with a 12 minute and 30 seconds, when I'm in 10th place, we were thinking that it wasn't gonna go further. Like we were gonna be able to bring the time down. Sub 10 minutes was like unrealistic, like just super unrealistic. That was something we were never gonna reach. And then all of a sudden, we found the skip that so there was a skip that I wanted to happen, and I kind of like believed it into existence. I wasn't the one who found it. Yeah, you know. But every single time I streamed the game, I said, we will find a way to do the swim glitch at the end of this game sometime in the future, and I never found it myself, but that kind of like talked it into existence. Eventually one day somebody was able to find out how to make the swim glitch happen, and yeah, all of a sudden a 10-minute run was brought down to 3 minutes and 50 seconds now. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. Corn Kid 64, let's hear one of yours.
One of mine. Alright, we got the Squirrel with a Gun. This is at the top of my list. Maybe I should do something different. We'll do Blue Protocol. This is the longest game I've ever speedrun. It's an MMO RPG, and I decided to speedrun the main quest, which takes you from level 1 to level 80. And I've done several runs of it, and I brought down that time from like 9 hours down to like 6.
Jeez.
And there's actually quite a bit tech involved with your movement, so you're constantly doing something throughout the entire run. And yeah,
So-
and then everything's also in Japanese, and I don't read Japanese, so I literally memorized the entire main story quest.
Oh my gosh. So what is the hardest part about running such a long run? Like, what do you think is the part that gets to you the most? Because I know that you're like a very precise runner, and to do it over the course of like that long, how do you like mentally bring yourself to that space to like not just reset when you're making small mistakes?
So usually I'll just try and completely zone out everything, and I'll throw on like music, like Doom or metal, and I'll just listen to that while I'm playing, and just zero thoughts go through my head. It's like Patrick Star. You go, ugh.
Speaking of Patrick Star, that game's coming out soon.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's crazy. Such a long run. All right, let's go to the next one here. So, I'm gonna briefly go over two because Hell Pie I'm not gonna jump into too much. I feel like I talk about it a lot. Hell Pie is my favorite speedrun here. On my list of speedruns on speedrun.com. Hell Pie is another 3D platformer. As you know, that is my favorite type of games to run. The movement here is amazing. It's probably some of the best platforming out of any 3D platformer I've ever played. The issue is the art style really made the game not succeed because a lot of streamers and YouTubers refuse to, cover a game like this because of how graphic and, how the art style is. I think Conker's Bad Fur Day, but like a lot worse. There's a streamer safe mode, and not even the streamer safe mode is really safe. So, unfortunately, one of the best movement platformers of all time, in my opinion, is ruined by the art. I think it's still great, one of my favorite speedruns. And then I got Liberty Bell, which is a weird game that I found. This was in a time of my life when I was looking for very obscure 3D platformers, games that nobody's ever touched before. I found Liberty Bell, and a funny story about this one was I got a full run in, found skips, and then there was one other guy that was also running it, and we didn't know that we were running it. And then all of a sudden, the day that I was ready to make a speedrun page, that other guy made a speedrun page and submitted his run, and I was like, oh my god, I was running this game in secret over the course of like the last month, and I have a run already, and I posted it. And yeah, right now I'm sitting in second place, but this is just a 1v1 situation going on here. It's a very derpy 3D platformer. It's not anything crazy, really basic movement, but there's a little bit of skips, and I thought it was a little bit fun to run, so I was running this game. How about another one of yours, Gavin?
Okay, I'm going back to Squirrel with a Gun.
That's fine. Let's talk a little bit about Squirrel.
The most recent one. So Squirrel with a Gun is you're a squirrel, and believe it or not, you have a gun. And I actually had something similar happen. So it was like a week after the game, not even a week after the game came out. It was like a few days. Some runner named I Swim Fly and I both submitted Squirrel with a Gun to speedrun.com at the same time. And it's kind of funny because we both also came from speedrunning Super Monkey Ball.
Oh, okay, interesting.
We're both Super Monkey Ball speedrunners, but I haven't touched that in years. So Squirrel with a Gun is like a 3D platformer, GTA Squirrel, where you're collecting golden nuts that are actually like the FBI's like top secret technology, but you see them as golden nuts, so you're just stealing all of it, and that's why they're running after you and trying to capture you. It's a very goofy and silly game.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much fun to watch too. Like the run is so much fun to watch. You're just all over the place. Like for somebody that hasn't played the game to like come like I've played it, but like imagining somebody that hasn't played it coming in and watching a run, they must be like, what is going on? Like you're just all over the place doing all different types of things, from driving cars to shooting rocket launchers to riding rockets to fighting helicopters, and it's just it's all over the place. But it's such a fun game. Is there any challenges right now that you're dealing with speedrun?
The speedrun? Yes. Okay. We're splitting the leaderboards.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I found a new trick. I mean, I kind of know about this trick in a lot of games, but yep. I a lot of times I'll avoid using it. It's print screen. So print screen, holding the key will sometimes, well, especially if your monitor is set at 60 hertz, will completely freeze your game. Yep. Your FPS will drop down to 0, and when games drop down to 0 FPS, it causes issues.
Yep.
So in the scroll with a gun, it allows you to clip through walls. So now we can not spend like any nuts throughout the entire run, and we can travel wherever we want to.
Yeah. So it's funny you bring up print screen, because one of the games that we both ran was Body. I don't even know if you remember if you put that on your list.
It's on my list. I have it.
But print screen was very useful in that game as well. And it's funny. Body is where I think we met, like as speedrunners. So
is it?
I think so. I think Body is where we met as speedrunners. We both ran. I don't have Body on my list here due to the game running different on my PC for some reason. But speaking of print screen, I've noticed that print screen, when you drop down to 0 FPS, when you come out of that 0 FPS state, depending on how much FPS you have, can change the effect that you get from using the print screen bug on most games. Like if I'm jumping from 0 FPS to 150 FPS compared to jumping from 0 to 60, in Body specifically, the more FPS, I think the further you traveled with the glitch. Or it was the opposite.
It was the opposite.
Yeah, it was the less FPS, the further you traveled. So like that's a concerning thing for me whenever there's a print screen bug that is used. I think that's the reason why a lot of it ends up in like a restricted category, or just like the base any percent category and then making a no major glitches category. I think that's the reason why a lot of print screen bugs end up that way. But I have a lot of games here, so I'm probably gonna go through a couple of them next. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna go back to Blue Protocol.
Gotcha.
So there was this. So all the tech that I used, I did a bunch of math for it, and it came out to being like I did an additional 4% more damage, or I had like 4% more DPS, doing all this crazy button pressing, making the game way harder just for 4%. And the devs ended up patching that.
Yeah.
They ended up patching it. So I showed them what print screen looks like.
They didn't know. What do you mean? They didn't know what print screen was?
So now it's a wildfire in Blue Protocol right now, where if you hold print screen in that game, you negate all damage.
Oh no! In an MMO. Oh
in
my
an
gosh.
MMO.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. No, that was all I wanted to say about Blue Protocol and print screen.
Oh, good. I'm gonna try to go through 4 of mine here really quick. So Pilfer Story of Light, another one of my favorite speedruns on this list. Probably my second biggest speedrun on this list. When we're talking like what I enjoy the most to run. Pilfer has some of the craziest movement you will ever see in a 3D platformer. So we do this thing called V-hops, where it stands for vector hopping. For people who know anything about vector, I guess, vector jumping or vectoring in games, it tends to work on diagonals. When you're jumping or moving your character at diagonal, you tend to get more trajectory, you get more speed. It's used in Super Mario Odyssey when you do these vector roll jumps where you like roll into your cappy and then jump and you vector diagonally to get further in the air. In Pilfer, the thing is when you vector jump, you just continuously gain speed and it does not stop. So you can, if you can find a place to do V-hops, you can find huge skips where you're almost jumping across the entire stage. It's very precise. You have to be exactly diagonal. If you slightly go up or down, it ruins it completely, which is why people can't use a joystick, and you have an advantage on the keyboard because you can only go diagonal. I know D-pad works on the controller, but then you can't really use your other thumb to move the camera like you could if you had a mouse and keyboard. So there definitely is advantages and disadvantages of both, but it's such a crazy run. I recommend anybody check it out if you're looking into a 3D platformer. Then the other three we'll go over real quick because these aren't as big to me. Whalian was the first ever bounty. It wasn't in this community. It was the community before this that turned into this community. Whalian was the first ever big bounty, and this was before I ran a bounty Discord or community. I was partaking in Whalian's bounty, and I came in first place. It's probably the hardest run on my list of runs. Very precise tricks, extremely difficult. I mean, it's like a platformer puzzler, mostly puzzler, but we really turned it into a platformer. And all I could say is, like, watch the run. It's a lot of weird stuff I can't really describe, but it uses a lot of like item surfing and very, very precise, almost pixel perfect tricks. Very difficult run. Probably the most realistic one to not be taken from me ever, honestly, because the money that was involved with it, you know, a lot of time and effort been put into it by a lot of people to bring it to where it was, and to take this record, it's gonna hurt. There's one mistake in the run that you would be able to save some time on. Aside from that, the run straight through is as precise and perfect as it's gonna get. There's not really anything else that can be done. And that I can say with confidence. Wavetail, Arise. Wavetail was a short 3D platformer run that I did. I made one different change in the run, which was a skip at the end, which I never put to use. As you can see, I'm in third. I never actually got a run with everything. Otherwise, I would be in first. The end boss in this game is really difficult to do the speedrun tech for it, which is why I don't like running it. The run is like fun up until the last boss, and it's not fun anymore, and it's really hard to pull off. Arise: A Simple Story is a platformer that is more story-based, story-driven. It's really interesting. It's not the game that you would imagine to become a speedrun, because it's very linear, but there is a little bit of tech that can be used throughout, skips that can be used throughout, and it's just a really, really fun casual experience, which is why I ran it to begin with. I really enjoyed the game, so I would recommend Arise: A Simple Story as a just a fun casual playthrough. I think anybody would enjoy this game if they played it casually. And then Dolly, 3-minute game. This is a funny one. Back in the day, I had a speedrun randomizer on my Twitch where the randomizer would choose the game that I would speedrun, and then I can't leave the game until I got world record. So some of these games, including Arise and Wavetail, are from my speedrun randomizer series. And Dolly, let me just click on this and show you. When I got this game, I thought I was done for because it was optimized to the millisecond or second, as you see here. 3 minutes 30 seconds and 0.99. I got 3 minutes 29 seconds 0.45. It's a very small difference, and it sat there for 5 years, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be awful. And I eventually got it down like less than a second over the course of the 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and took world record. And I feel bad for anybody who wants that, so that's that one. Go ahead with your next game here.
I've got Halo 3. I love Halo 3. I don't really speedrun it too much, but I do enjoy messing around with the tech and moving around and trying to find new strats. The biggest one that I could find is in Sierra 117 for the co-op speedrun, where we have this trick called Early Pelican, and in co-op, I made early Pelican, early Pelican.
Yeah, we were talking about this. I remember.
Early Pelican, where one saves 7 seconds, the other one saves 9, and the last one, the hardest one, saves 13 seconds.
Yeah, a few seconds for a lot more difficulty every single time.
Way more difficulty. It's like all 4 players for the co-op speedrun on that level have to play perfectly. If one of them makes like a small mistake, you're losing. The run's dead.
I cannot imagine being in a 4-player co-op and precision like a trick together.
That's not all. So the Pelican, the way the Pelican at the end when it drives by, how you get in is you have to destroy the turret in the back of the Pelican, and that'll slow down the Pelican enough. But there is a chance, it's actually pretty common, where when you destroy that turret, it doesn't slow the Pelican down at all. So you can't even get in. So it's RNG as well.
Yeah, add some RNG in there. Oh man, that's crazy.
It has yet to be pulled off in a run.
And for it to be a Halo and not have a trick that hasn't been pulled off, that says a lot, you know, especially knowing that it exists. And it's been confirmed, like it works, right? Like it's something that can be done. Yeah, that's crazy. All right. How many more do you have?
Back for Blood, that was just it's kind of like Left 4 Dead, but you brute force your RNG until you get a stock that increases move speed by 20%. So that was awful. Bears in Space.
Oh no!
Bears in Space it's crazy with the amount of
one of our raid party games.
Yeah.
That's a nutty one.
You can fly, you can raise, you can lower, you can clip, you can glide. It's like,
I haven't looked into the page at all. I wonder if like any of the stuff that we found is actually used. I know a little bit of it is, but not all of it.
It has to be.
We have found some of the craziest skips in that game. That game's broken as it can get. Bears in Space is as broken as it can get. All right.
I also have Bolt and Punch.
Bolt and Punch.
I found out. Stuff. Yeah, I found out how to fly in that. We got Miseria. I went for the arrow climb in Miseria. Green Reaper. This is the one where I was surprised you guys didn't find this, but you pause the game, it stops you from gaining any more height. So you could use that at the ending with pads to stop your height and hit the pads sooner.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw you do that in your run.
We got Cavern of Dreams.
Ooh.
That's a really fun one.
That is a great one. I did a lot of speedrunning. I did a lot of looking into like tech and stuff in that during the demo of that game, and a lot of that stuff carried over to the actual game. And I never actually ran it, unfortunately. But man, that game is great. Movement's amazing. It's one of the better 3D platformer speedruns I would recommend to somebody.
It's very, very good.
Yeah.
There's a high skill ceiling to it, I would say.
Yep.
A mock runner?
There's the moist critical doubting.
It Takes Two. I never actually did a full game run of this, but I optimized the shed, the very first level to that game.
We should take the record.
We should take it?
We should take the record.
That's an actual challenge, considering that I think the person who holds #1 is the #1 player for Neon White.
Ooh. We shouldn't take the record.
We should take the record, yeah. And then I got Left 4 Dead 2, Shadow Warrior 3, Ruby Grim Eclipse, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Monkey Ball.
Dang, you got a nice list there. Okay. Super Mario Sunshine, good one. And then the remainder of mine, Merlo Above the Sun is one of my speedrun randomizer games. That's an interesting one. I took world record and I was able to move on. And the dude came back like a year later and just took the record back. I was like, where'd you come from? So maybe it's going to be another one of those 1v1 situations where it's back and forth over, who knows, you know, it can go on for years. Whenever we feel like returning and taking it back, you know, that'll happen. And then I'm sure he'll do the same. MacBat64, unfortunately, this game I have put so much time and effort into and got it down to where we're saving milliseconds per split. And then there was a new find where you can get through the book pages to get to the next level faster, which just ruined all of my hard work. So I gotta go back and use the new tech to make my time competitive again. But the fact that like it is literal milliseconds, I'm talking like you count the tenths of a second as like a very positive thing if you get it. It's very, very precise, and I just don't know if I have it in me to go back to MacBat 64. Those milliseconds, you know, they get to me. Then we got Vex, which is where my name came from. Vex Gaming TV originated from the name Vex, the game that I played on PlayStation 2, I think, or GameCube. They're on both. Very, very fun 3D platformer. I do the speedrunning through the GameCube emulator. I haven't touched it in a while. Troll Tag is actually used to be called Balls Percent because the time ends when you find the troll and then kick him in the nuts. But I guess, I don't know, maybe speedrun.com wasn't happy with it because the name got changed to Troll Tag at some point. Firewing 64 was the first ever randomizer game that got chosen, which was a random game on itch.io, I think. I can't believe that my record got taken on this one. It was some like RNG tech that is used in this game throughout the entirety of the run. I know it's a short run, but you use it numerous times and it's literally RNG, so for someone to take my record, what I thought was near perfect, was very surprising on an itch.io game. It was one of the original runners. I think he just wanted his record back, so maybe I'll go back to this at some point. And then my first ever speedrun ever, Spyro Reignited. This is, I can't really say my first ever. I did a lot of speedrunning when I was a kid in forums that were not speedrun.com, but as I grew up and stepped away from speedrunning, I got back into it, and this is the game that got me back into it. Right now, I am in 69th place. Nice. But yeah, no, I do plan on returning to Spyro one day. There's a lot of like development that has happened since I last ran it, and my lord, nice. But yeah, I haven't ran it in a long time. As you see, 3 years ago, I haven't touched it since. So I already know that I can move my time up, probably get in the top 20, because where I was when I stopped was like 15th place. But that's gonna take like a lot of effort and time to get back into a Spyro run. People take those runs very serious, very competitive. And then that's all I got. Have we covered all yours?
Yeah, I kind of went over them
Awesome.
very briefly.
Awesome. All right, so the next topic, we got a big one, which is that new topic that we've been doing lately, which is the potential speedruns.
I
So,
love this.
yeah, this is fun. This is fun. Potential speedruns. This section is all about showcasing either games that are coming out soon, games that release that people really don't know about, pretty much games that I think have speedrun potential. And some may be released, some may be coming out soon. But let's go into this. The first 3 games here were actually games that were potentially going to be the raid party game. And then we chose Sky Strider, which we'll go over during the raid section. So let's switch over. Let me turn off the music here for the trailers. There we go. So the first game is Bakeru. This can be found
is the story
on
of
Steam
another
as well,
Japan,
not just
a world
Nintendo
different from the
Switch.
one you live in.
But this had a high price tag.
Bakeru.
This kind of for some reason it reminds me of Super Monkey Ball.
Unlike in your world,
This was gonna be the raid party
fairy
event
tale heroes
until I found Sky Strider.
actually exist.
I didn't know how long the game was.
This
so
is
I was
the
a little
story of
Oh, no.
Bakeru's first adventure
Not Super
in
Monkey
that
Ball.
world.
Why did I say Super Monkey Ball? Billy Hatcher. I don't know. There's something about the art style that just made me think of that.
Goma, yeah.
TMD!
Gomon? Is that like a Pokemon?
No.
No, wait.
So the reason why I didn't choose this as a raid party game was because it looked like it was just going to be a really long run. Mystical Ninja, yes. I was afraid that like I was picking a run that was $40 and then was an hour, 20-minute long or something like that, speed run. But it looks like so much fun. I will definitely be picking this up at some point and looking into the speed run potential here. I love
Black
it.
in the Empire City.
It looks so good.
Oh, that reminds me of not Garuda. Oh my god, Goron City. And then climbing Death Valley Mountain or Death Mountain.
Yeah. There's so many like different games in this one game, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks
Okay.
like it.
Good looking game. Definitely check it
Coming
out.
September 3rd.
It's out.
Yes, it is out. This is out. Like I said, it was almost a raid party game. This was another possible raid party game. Runa and the Czech Legacy. By the way, for anybody who's not in the Discord, we host Raid Party, where there's one raid boss taking on everybody else that wants to partake in the game. We speedrun a game over the course of 2 weeks. The winner becomes the next raid boss. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Always bringing new, fresh games to the table, too. This is also released, and I haven't seen anybody talk about it, so it looks pretty good for what it is.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a puzzle game.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if there's any speedrunners and potentially a speedrun page for it yet. And then here is the third game that was a choice for potential speedrun for a raid party event. And then we got a couple other games that we're showcasing as well.
What a nice name. Smells like a mushroom.
Yes, smells like a mushroom. Short little trailer there, but your typical 3D platformer.
That doesn't come out for a while. For a while, I mean 2 months.
No, it's out. I played it.
What?
No, yeah, it's out.
15/11/24.
This was found on
November
YouTube.
15th.
So yeah, it's out right now. You can get it.
Oh,
And then here's some games that are not out yet. So this one seems interesting to the squirrel fans. This one is a dog with a gun.
wait, are you serious?
Bart Moore.
Barkcore.
There is no gameplay footage yet, but I think he has a gun.
I'm jealous of that myself.
No, he has a grapple. There we go. Dog with grapple. That
Close
fights
enough.
humans with guns, so. I'm excited to see what what this game is. But yeah, this is not out yet.
This is gonna be another silly one. I just know it.
I mean, the grapple itself is a selling point for me. Bart Gore.
Yeah, the movement, that's gotta be fun, you know?
Yeah. Then we got a game that is based on Funko Pops.
What?
Yes, it's the official Funko Pop game. But it has speedrun potential, so this actually shows gameplay. So. It looks like you go into different, different games. It's one of those kind of games that like explores different universes.
They've gotta have quite a bit of money, so I'm sure they have enough to fund a pretty decent game.
Yeah. And I'm sure with the name, there will be a speedrun community to this. Like, yeah, it's almost guaranteed that there will be a speedrun community for this. Fan service at its finest. I don't know when this releases. I wonder if there's a release date for this.
It makes me so mad when they don't have a mouth. Like,
And easy character models, yes. Just upload 3D scan and current Funko. Yep, exactly. Out now! Wait, what? It's out now, apparently.
oh,
Yeah, out now on Steam. There we go. And then we got a very big game that everybody knows. This is a big trailer, but I actually haven't watched the full trailer for this, so we can do that together right now. Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. It is coming out at the end of this month, so new Zelda game. How exciting.
like actual Zelda game. So you're
Yes.
playing as Zelda.
Yes. You don't play as Link in this game. One of the greatest series of all time, like, just hands down. Like, you got Mario and you got Zelda. Which one would you put above the other?
Mario versus Zelda. Ooh,
That's hard.
Mario.
Mario?
Yeah. I'm just going off of numbers, like
It's
the
hard.
amount of runners for games.
I have a Triforce tattoo. I think I have to go with Zelda. I love Zelda, man. Love it. You know, I think for a
Hello,
speedrun
everyone.
perspective, though,
I'm Eiji Aonuma,
I think
producer of the
Mario
Legend
is,
of Zelda series.
is the way to go.
What you just saw was the latest installment, The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. This time around, Link has vanished. Now, it's up to Princess Zelda to step into the protagonist role. You might be thinking, will Zelda fight with a sword then? Here, we wanted to create a new gameplay style that breaks conventions seen in past Legend of Zelda games with a top-down perspective. To explain more, please take a look at this video.
Let us see.
Zelda can jump?
Stolen
There's
away.
no way.
Across the vast lands of Hyrule, strange rifts have appeared and have taken many people, including Link. Now alone, Zelda meets the fairy Tri,
Bye, Link.
receives a mysterious staff called the Tri-Rod, and sets off on a journey across Hyrule to save her kingdom. By waving the Tri-Rod at a table she found, Zelda learned how to create an imitation of it called an echo.
Oh my god.
Once you learn
The
an
skips in
echo of
this game is
something,
gonna
you
be
can
ridiculous.
recreate it whenever you'd like.
Yeah, the
Even if
puzzles
there's
that
a
people are
wall
gonna
blocking
break
your
are.
path, you can create echoes of
It's gonna be
tables to
every
get a
single
leg
one.
up.
I just have a feeling.
You could
Just
just
like that.
create. You could just create objects.
You
and
can
use
create
them.
wooden boxes, old beds, and unusual things like water blocks.
I can just
How
see
you
someone
use them
clipping through a
separately
wall
or
and just.
Oh, yeah.
together is
skipping
Day
every
one
game.
out of bounds. Day one out of bounds.
Learn
Calling
and
it.
create echoes of things you find while exploring Hyrule. You might be surprised at what you discover.
Oh, the game's gonna be so
Even
busted.
battles will look different.
They just
You could
jumped
pick up
over
and throw
the
a rock
castle
echo,
walls.
for example. That's not all, though. You can also create echoes of monsters. After doing so, they'll fight by your side.
Or you could use
Monsters
them to
have
jump on
different
their head,
abilities,
right?
so choose the one you want to create based on the situation. Wisdom is key, after all.
This might be a day one purchase for me.
In a Hyrule without Link,
We'll see.
the fate of the kingdom
Depends
is
how
now
my money
in
is
Zelda's
looking at the end
hands.
of this month.
How's that tree still alive?
How was that?
Wait, I thought that tree
I
died a
hope you
long time
enjoyed
ago.
this demonstration of the Echo ability, which channels Princess Zelda's wisdom. There are a lot of echoes in this game. To be honest, I haven't counted them all yet. How
You haven't
solve
counted
puzzles
them
and
all?
battle enemies will change
Not a real
depending on the
speedrunner.
echoes used.
No,
In
no.
short,
There's no way
we've
you can
created a
create
game
that
where
thing and
each
just hover
player's
off of
experience will be different.
a cliff.
The Legend of
I
Zelda:
can't.
Echoes of Wisdom
This is
launches
gonna be the most
September
wild
26th.
speedrun. It really is. I can't
A
even
Nintendo
imagine what
Switch
people are
Lite
gonna
system inspired by the Legend of Zelda series
26.
will also be
Wow,
available
that's
at
soon.
launch. We hope you're looking forward to playing
do.
as Zelda in
That's
this
why I
new
put
adventure.
it on today's stream. It is almost out. So exciting. All right, that is gonna wrap up our potential speedrun section. With that, we got the raid parties. Let's switch over to raid party. Talk a little about a raid party for people who do not know. What happened to the raid party music? There we go. So raid party is our event where there is one raid boss. The raid boss is normally chosen by the person, whoever won the last raid party event becomes the raid boss. As the raid boss, they choose a game that is going to be run for the next 2 weeks. But they have their own hidden channel, and the raid party, which is every other person that wants to compete, has their own hidden channel. You don't get to share strats with the raid boss. Raid boss doesn't get to see anything that the raid party people do. And you blindly run the game for the next 2 weeks to try to defend your title as the raid boss, or it can be stolen from you by one of the people that are racing against you over the course of that 2 weeks. Whoever has the best time at the end of the 2 weeks becomes the next raid boss and gets to choose the next game. We cycle between paid games and free-to-play games so that everybody has, can compete in this competition. This time it is a paid game. It was an $8 game called Sky Strider, and I happen to be the raid boss this time, so I am fighting for my life for the next 2 weeks. But let me go ahead and show you guys the raid party game for this this event. Switch over back to here, and we got Sky Strider. This is the raid party game that was chosen to be ran for the next 2 weeks, and I've been running it, so I know Gavin has as well. So
For your
if
life,
anybody else wants to
I
jump
offer
in.
you a divine
Yeah, I
contract.
posted a whole bunch of information in Discord if you do want to join.
The movement in this game is so good. So good. The game's jank. Not gonna lie, the game is really jank, but it makes for a lot of fun skips, and it's good. It's good. That's all I gotta say. It's a good game. I'm definitely, like, if nobody makes a speedrun page for this, I'm gonna make one by the end of the event.
Just talking to the devs about this game.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. What did they say?
They know that it's very susceptible to sequence breaking. So they are very well aware of the problems that it has.
I don't see it as a problem.
Oh yeah.
I love it. I love it. Unfortunately, I haven't played this stage. I've never seen this boss. But I'm giving away information. I gotta stop.
With my gift.
But
Will
yeah.
you triumph as the
Here we
bringer
go,
of a
Sky
new world?
Strider. That is the current raid party game. So if anybody wants to join and race the game for the next 2 weeks, that is live now, and you can potentially take the raid boss title from me and become the next raid boss and choose the next game yourself. So
Yeah.
there we go.
I unfortunately I don't know if I already said this, but I can't participate in this one really. Because I'm in the middle of a move right now. Today
That's
is
okay.
literally my last day at this apartment, and then I'll be moving up to Washington.
Hey,
So,
gonna be in that good time zone.
yeah.
All right. So that is raid party. Next, we got community highlights. Yes. Community highlights are always fun. I always have to set them up on stream because we don't know if we're getting both Twitch and YouTube. This time we are getting both Twitch and YouTube. So let me set up both of these here. We got Twitch and we got YouTube. Okay. So the first clip is actually by me. This is a clip from Deadlock. Deadlock is a new MOBA, third-person, almost like hero shooter MOBA, put together. I mean, there's this funny clip where this dynamo that was absolutely destroying us. We just watch. I got him. He got stuck in a really bad situation. It was hilarious. But this is me playing Viscus against the dynamo.
That sucks.
That shit was funny as fuck. Oh my god. So, Viscus has an ult where you turn into this ball and you bounce off walls and do a tremendous amount of damage. But because he put himself in a little cubby hole like that, it was impossible for him to get out. He was so fed and stronger than us, but there was absolutely nothing he could do about being in that situation. So that was hilarious. Next we got Monster Hunter World Arena Quest 1 Puke. How do you say it? I never say these names right. Puke. There we go. Maybe that's it. 128 solo. This is the Great Sword. And I'm thinking this is the new world record. I don't know if Luigi's here. But I think this is world record. So, I could be wrong. Normally Luigi's here to explain everything for us.
Yeah, all I know is that he tries to do very specific amount of damage to certain parts of the monster.
Yeah, this monster's like karma stuns.
Yeah, so it can't do anything, and it behaves the way he wants it to behave.
Damn. This monster can't do nothing.
I don't think it's moved. No, no.
Hasn't even tried to attack him?
Does it know it can attack? No.
I don't think so. It's so overwhelmed by this sword to the face. Over and over again. Wow. He couldn't do anything. Literally nothing. That boss is done for. And then we got the Luigi dance. We always got the dance at the end. Does the dance signify world record? As always, Luigi coming in with an amazing Mono Hunter clip. Let's see. Next we got a game that we spoke about last week as a really hyped 3D platformer to come out. These are some clips by Xanaroo. Unfortunately, I didn't want to watch these, but I had to. I didn't want to spoil the game at all for myself. But being that we are a speedrun community and we cover the newest speedrun games, this is probably the top of the list when it comes to newest speedrun games. So I had to get over it and watch it. But yeah, I mean, I'm so excited for this game. I really, really need a PlayStation 5 so I can get in on the action. These are some IL runs from Xanaroo on some of the new Astrobot levels. But man, this game looks so good. I know you've been watching some of his streams, or a lot of his streams actually, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about the game so far?
I wish I was there to speedrun.
Yeah. I wish I was too.
I would. So, like, what I would do for this game is I would play every single IL as a any percent, and then do 100% of every IL, and then I would take the time it takes to get every single bot from each one of those, and like create a spreadsheet on how to get on what's the most optimal bots to collect throughout the run.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this goes right up like my alley when it comes to everything I like in 3D platformer games. So I just love it. There's so much charm to it. There's so many different like mechanics to the game as well that just make this such an interesting run to do and to watch. PlayStation really outdid themselves here, and they're showing Nintendo that Nintendo's not the only people that can do this stuff. So, and when games are as good as Nintendo 3D platformers, and the prices aren't staying at $60, maybe Nintendo may rethink some of their their tactics when it comes to game prices. Because we need some of those games to go down in price, man. I'm not paying $60 for a game from Nintendo that came out 5 years ago. It's just not doing it. That's why a lot of Nintendo games I haven't ran, unfortunately. As much as I love Nintendo games, it's hard to, put out that money. But there's that. We have another one here. This shows you what I meant by all the different mechanics, because this one is centered around becoming smaller, but I think he does a lot of stuff here that he should be doing as small, but he does it as the big size. Like, just skip some of the platforming there, which really opens the things you can do in the run.
So neat little skip.
Yeah. I know we had a bunch of mistakes here somewhere, so I think he was more so showing this to just showcase, you know, the potential, the speedrun potential of the game. This is the spot that he messed up a couple times in. But as you can see, he should be small here, and there's a whole platforming section for being small.
But
But
why
the game
would you
doesn't
do that
stop you.
small?
Exactly, the game doesn't stop you. I love the bird here at the end. It just reminds me of the owl from Mario 64. Like the way that it flaps as you like hold it. Look at it. It's just like the Super Mario 64
yeah.
owl. Hey.
What is this? The Katamari or whatever it's doing. Do you see its dance there
Yeah.
at the end?
Yeah. Oh man, I need to get my hands on this game. Real bad. I need this game. All right. And then that's all for community highlights. Lastly, we had a little section of the stream that is going to be different than usual. We're going to play a little bit of Death by AI this time around. So just for some fun, we covered everything that we need to cover. If you want to stick around for some Death by AI, we'll do a couple rounds of this and then we'll end the stream there. But this is a new Discord game. It was actually a lot of fun. We were playing it the other day after the weekly recap. So we thought, you know what, how fun would it be to add this to the end of one of our rapid runs for fun weekly recaps? That's what we're doing today. So let's go ahead and head over to that Discord. Death by AI. There we go. Death by AI. Oh my god, this game is so funny. So now let's choose our character here. Of course, we're gonna be going with Big Booty Vex.
I went
Looks
with
like-
Big Belly, Big Belly Gavin.
Looks like Sin's in here. If you guys like the game, we could have an event where we get everybody together in Discord and play some Death by AI for a couple hours. It's a lot of fun. But let's go ahead and just start. Okay, confirm your scenario. You forget how to breathe. Now you can't cheat, Gavin. You can't look at my answers.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
You start aging rapidly. You're allergic to laughter. Okay. Brace fail, speed fail. Let's see. If you ever sneeze, nah. Let's see. We gotta find a good one. Oof. Okay, let's just do you are trapped in a burning building, okay? You are trapped in a burning building. Alright. So now what we have to do is, how are we gonna survive? How are we gonna survive? We're trapped in a burning building. I locked in my answer. How I'm gonna survive. And now the AI is gonna choose if I survived or not. Everybody's gonna lock in their answer, and then AI will choose. Oh, judging time. Let's see. What do you got, Gavin?
I know what I would do. This is clear as day.
Vex Gaming TV tries. Luckily, there's an ocean beside my building, so I climb to the roof and make a leap of faith. Did I mention I'm a diver?
Oh, With the building too tall.
Vex Gaming TV leaps from the burning rooftop, taking a deep breath before impact, executing a perfect dive as the ocean embraces them. From the smoke-tangled chaos and miraculous emergence stood a diver unscathed. I survive!
Dang.
Alright, what did you do, Gavin? What did you do? I'd pull out my... Oh my god, it switched to hover nozzle mode and glide over all the flames, slowly putting them out. Let's see, does he know? Does the AI know what Mario Sunshine is? Let's see.
The Flash Liquid Ultra Dousing Device.
Pull out their trusty flood, smoothly transitioning into hover nozzle mode. Hovering over the raging inferno, they deftly doused the flames with careful precision, outsmarting the blaze and avoiding its deadly grasp. It knows what sunshine is. Okay, that's round 1. Let's see. Oh, now you select the scenario.
Oh, I'm making this random. I don't even want to know what it is.
I wanted the AI voice to work, but it never works. I tried setting up the AI voice. Okay, you are trapped in a collapsing mine. Oh gosh.
Oh.
Okay. Ooh. Trapped. Oh gosh. Oh no. Okay, we're just doing that. Let's see if the AI can fill in the rest of the gap.
Oh, and oh no, I can't. Okay, I did not just shorten it.
I did too. I didn't have enough characters.
I was like 4 characters short.
Okay. I begin to start spelunking, climbing deeper and deeper, looking for the shopkeeper to take their shotgun and eventually enter
Another reality.
At risk against time, boldly ventured deeper into the collapsing mine, hoping to find the shopkeeper and secure the shotgun. However, as they delved further, the mine's instability grew worse, and eventually a sudden cave-in trapped them, sealing their fate. Oh,
Dang.
man. Gavin, you did not survive. You did not survive. See, but I had Link on my side. Luckily, I was traveling with my friend Link from Legend of Zelda, who was equipped with many bombs in his inventory.
Bombs in the cave?
In a desperate struggle against the impending mine collapse, Vex Gaming quickly devises a plan. Luckily, they were traveling with their friend Link from Legend of Zelda. As the rocks began to tumble, Link skillfully detonates a strategically placed series of bombs, creating just enough space for both of them to escape the pipe and rush outside, narrowly avoiding the catastrophic aftermath. Hey, me and my friend Link!
This game's hard.
I'm just accepting that one. That one sounds awesome. That one sounds awesome. An avalanche is heading towards you. Well. Easy. Easy. Easy win. Ghibli guy, step to the side. Oh, that was quick.
Uh,
Your fate has been sealed. Okay.
mine doesn't fail.
Vex Gaming TV tries to. Well, I played a lot of snowboard kids growing up. I grab my snowboard and make myself down the mountain faster than the avalanche. In a heart-stopping moment, Vex Gaming TV grabs their snowboard, recalling all those hours spent on snowboard kids. With nerves of steel and adrenaline coursing through their veins, they manage to outpace the avalanche, miraculously making it to
Wow.
making it down the mountain in the nick of time.
Is
Hey!
Snowboard Kids the one where the controller is this like a snowboard on the ground?
No, no.
Oh, okay.
It was an N64 game.
Uh,
I'd SSX Tricky down the slopes, hitting my uber tricks on the way so I can achieve infinite boost and escapes. I'm telling you right now, Gavin, those tricks are gonna screw you. He's gonna say, unfortunately, you know, you tripped up on one of your tricks. Okay, here we go.
oh yeah, you've
Let's
seen
see.
like the Psycho or Brody one. He
The heart
takes the
pounding
snowboard.
radically carves into the snowy slopes, executing perfect SSX tricky flips and uber tricks. The avalanche of fearsome force closes in, but the sheer power of his strategy grants him an incredible boost, propelling him away from the oncoming snow and leaving the breathless avalanche in his dust. Dang, we both survived that
Dang.
one. We both survived it. Am I gonna get the clean sweep though? Am I gonna get the clean sweep?
Nah.
I enabled the AI voice again, but I doubt it's gonna work.
Okay, what is this?
What do we got? What do we got? What do we got?
I have no
Let's see.
idea.
You are locked in a room with a ticking bomb. Sorry, Gavin. I'm gonna survive. I'm gonna survive. I did what I had to do.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Gavin. I apologize ahead of time.
That's okay.
I did what I
I
had
understand.
to do,
I understand. I understand.
man. I throw Gavin over the bomb to protect myself. Easy, GG. As the clock ticks, Vex Gaming TV frantically looks around for a way out. Spotting the bomb, they make a quick decision. Tossing their friend Gavin towards the bomb, they pray for a miracle, knowing all too well that the force of the explosion might lead to unforeseen consequences. Tragically, the plan backfires, showering the room with debris and leaving Vex Gaming TV and Gavin both entangled and lifeless. I took you down with me. You didn't survive either. Dang it. I'd have my trusty friend Kirby swallow the bomb and tank the entire Oh, the Kirby tech. The Kirby tech.
Kirby tech, yeah.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. You're gonna survive. Regrettably, eccentric plan met an unfortunate end. Wait, what? Kirby, unprepared for the blast, exploded during an ingestion, much to their dismay.
Oh
As
my
a heavy
god.
bomb detonated in the room, the walls buckled and crumbled, sealing Gavin's fate.
Dang, how powerful is that bomb? Kirby can
Dang.
swallow bombs.
Dang.
Wow. Okay.
It took down Kirby too? That's crazy. That's crazy. I think you should have won that one. Get ready. You are caught in a tornado. It's not gonna know the game. Okay. Caught in a tornado. Oh no, I had to go simple. I had to go simple. I was gonna go.
I put the most random thing I could think of.
I'm sorry, Gavin. I had to do it to you again.
What?
I felt
Why me?
like the last time it worked. Like we both die, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm not caught by the tornado. The tornado was caught by me, and unfortunately could not escape my grasp as I blow it out. Oh no. In a whirlwind of chaos, exerts their superhuman might, defying the laws of nature as they seize hold of the raging tornado. With a mighty heave, they blow it out, sending it spiraling harmlessly away, leaving them standing tall amidst the swirling debris, a beacon of survival amidst the tempest. Dang it! How do you survive that? I was hoping that me taking away your parachute would get you killed.
What?
On the way up, I noticed Gavin happened to have a parachute on his back. I snatched it from midair and deployed my parachute. As a
I was
whirling vortex
prepared.
of Gulls Vex Gaming TV, a glimmer of hope emerges when they spot Gavin's parachutes dangling dangerously. With quick reflexes, they snatch the parachute midair and deploy it in time, narrowly escaping the turbulent winds above. Hey! I survived 4. Gavin, you survived 3. I'm sorry,
Dang.
man. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna take the win this week.
If I didn't get scammed by Kirby, I would have.
You know, halfway through that last prompt, I was thinking there was such a better option, and I was gonna implement it, but then there wasn't enough letters. But you know, on the way down, I noticed this, a Mario Superstar, and it definitely would have secured my win, but I couldn't type it in. Superstar, man, that easy win, easy dub. Any depth situation. All you had to do was throw the bomb out of the open window. Oh my god, you're so right, Ghibli guy. That's how we needed to escape it, just throw it out the window. Oh man. Well, that is Death by AI. If you guys are interested in having an event where we get a bunch of people together in the Discord and play some Death by AI as an event, let me know. Just message me on Discord and we'll have that event in Rapid Run's Discord. But with that being said, that's all we got for this week's weekly recap. It was long. Good weekly recap. We covered a lot of stuff this time around. So, is there anything else you would like to add?
Nah, I'm good.
All right, perfect. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and head out. Thank you so much. Hopefully I see you guys in the raid party event. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Have a good rest of your week. Goodbye, Rapid Runners.
Goodbye.